On a night when the moon bled red, a young man named Kofi vanished inside the forbidden forest, never to be seen again. The elders whispered his name with fear. For Kofi had dared to learn the craft, a magic so powerful it could save or destroy a village. But what they didn't know was this: the craft was a curse disguised as a gift, and those who master it never return the same. Tonight, you will hear the secret no one else dares to tell. This is the story of Kofi, the forbidden craft, and a betrayal that almost tore a whole village apart. Stay close, for this tale holds secrets darker than the night itself. There was once a village where the sun never brought joy, only heat. Where the ground cracked from thirst. Where mothers cried over empty pots, and fathers dug holes, praying for water. 3 seasons had passed, and not a single drop of rain. Crops failed. Livestock died. Hope was fading. And yet, in this dying land, lived a young man with eyes like fire. His name was Kofi. Brave. Curious. A soul too restless to accept death without a fight. While others wept, Kofi asked questions. Why the elders warned of ancient laws? Kofi wondered, what if the stories are wrong? They told him of the forbidden forest. A place where spirits whispered and the craft, the old magic, slept in silence. Do not enter, the elders warned. To touch the craft is to invite a curse. But hunger makes rebels. And Kofi was ready to risk everything. On the 7th night of the 3rd moon, Kofi slipped into the shadows. The forest loomed like a living thing, breathing, watching, waiting. Every step echoed. Leaves rustled without wind. And in the silence came whispers. Not loud, but deep inside the chest, like thoughts not your own. He walked deeper, heart pounding like drums. And then, he saw it. A stone altar, ancient, cracked, and glowing faintly with strange red symbols. It pulsed, like a heartbeat. And from the shadows, a figure emerged. Not man. Not beast. Something in between. It spoke without lips, its voice a wind through dry leaves. You seek the craft. Kofi's voice trembled, but he nodded. The craft demands a price. What price? Every time you use it, it will take from you. Not your body, but your spirit. Kofi hesitated. But the memory of crying children, dying crops, the hopelessness. He stepped forward. I accept. The altar lit up. The forest howled. And the craft awakened. What Kofi didn't see was the second pair of eyes watching from the trees. Ao, his best friend, had followed him. And envy had already taken root. Kofi returned to the village with silent steps, but powerful hands. He whispered to the clouds, and it rained. He touched the soil, and crops burst from the ground like they had never left. The people celebrated. The elders were silenced. Kofi had become a hero. But heroes attract shadows. Ao watched with clenched fist and bitter eyes. He remembered the times they trained together, laughed, dreamt under the same stars. And now, Kofi was the one the village bowed to. Ao's heart twisted. Not with hate, but hunger. And one night, he followed Kofi again. In the depths of the forest, Ao found the altar. And though the spirit screamed in silence, he touched it. The craft surged into him, wild, violent, and unearned. The forest shook. And the curse was loosed. That very night, the river turned black. Goats birthed lifeless kids. Children fell ill, and no one knew why. But Kofi did. He confronted Ao beneath the same baobab tree where they once shared dreams. Ao's voice cracked with guilt and rage. I wanted to help. I wanted to be more. But the craft is not mercy. It punishes greed swiftly. Kofi stood torn between the boy he once called brother and the man who now wore the craft like a poison crown. If he let Ao live, the village might die. If he stopped him, he might lose his soul forever. Beneath a stormy sky, Kofi and Ao clashed. Magic cracked through the air like thunder. Fire met wind. Shadows danced. Earth trembled. But Kofi held back. He still saw the boy he loved like a brother. Still believed there was hope. You don't have to do this. But Ao, burning with rage, shouted, "Then stop me." Their final blow shattered the forest floor. And then, silence. Ao lay broken, crying. "I didn't mean for this." Kofi knelt. "There is still a way to fix this. But it will demand a price." The spirit appeared once more. "Only one of you must carry the curse forever." Ao turned to Kofi. "Let me do it. I caused this." But Kofi shook his head. "I made the first step. I touched the craft first. This is my burden." He stepped forward. The altar glowed. The spirit screamed. And just like that, Kofi was gone. Nobody. No sound. Only silence. All that remained was his staff. Still warm. Still humming with the last breath of the craft. The forest went quiet. The skies cleared. The land healed. Ao buried Kofi's staff beneath the baobab tree. And from that spot, a tree sprouted overnight. Its leaves shaped like flames. Ao became the village's protector. But never again did he enter the forest. To the children, he told the story of power, of sacrifice, of love. And every full moon, he lit a single flame. For Kofi. Years passed. The village grew. But deep in the forest, the altar still glows. Waiting. And sometimes, late at night, the wind carries a whisper, "Be careful what you seek, for the craft always answers." Lessons. 1. Power without purpose becomes poison. The craft was a gift, but without wisdom and humility, it brought destruction. 2. Envy turns brothers into enemies. Ao and Kofi were once inseparable. But jealousy blinded Ao and cost them both everything. 3. Sacrifice is the highest form of love. Kofi gave up everything, even his soul, to save those he loved. Real heroes don't wear crowns, they carry burdens. 4. Every shortcut has a hidden price. Ao tried to take power without paying the price, and it backfired. Some paths are sacred, and must be walked with respect. 5. Leadership is not about glory, it's about responsibility. Kofi never sought praise. He simply answered when his people needed him. True leaders serve, even in silence. Abeg, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell, make our stories no pass you by.